Hello, everyone, and welcome to TWS Reviews, The Penguin, Episode 5.
5 already? I can't believe it's gone so quickly.
It's really kicking off on The Penguin. We keep saying this every episode, but it kind of went a little bit downhill last episode with all that Sophia Falcone stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really picked up again this episode. So we last left Sophia. She'd offed the entire Falcone family. And now the police are there asking her questions. It's the police chief, Mackenzie Bach, of the Gotham PD. You think he's there to give condolences, but he's actually there to be a bit of a twat. Because he wants to make sure that they're still going to get their money under the table to look the other way when the Falcones are doing their nefarious deeds. Nefarious deeds.
So they're super sus. We cannot trust the police anymore.
Yes, they're nefarious, and they're the police. You then find out that Johnny Vitti is actually alive and being kept in her dirty basement.
Ooh.
With the corpse of her father and brother in the mausoleum of the Falcones. She then proceeds to throw buckets of water over him to make sure he gets hypothermia, because she wants to torture him to make sure that he gives up the magical files of doom, which has got dirt of everybody in Gotham, and also the lovely stash of monies that she requires to restart the family. Or the
It's for family, Dan. For
the
family.
Meanwhile, where we last left Oz in episode 3, he was in a bit of, he was getting shot at by the Maronis.
He's in an altercation of
An
sorts.
altercation. He got away because he was saved by Victor by driving in the back of a van. So his lovely purple pimpy car ain't looking so pimp anymore because it's got lots of bullet holes in it. And it's looking a bit trashed.
Sad times.
But Oz has got a plan. So what's the plan?
So the plan next, I think Oz wants to get some henchmen together, have more people on his side, and they are going to try and kidnap Taj Maroney.
Who's Taj Maroney?
He is the son to Salvatore and Nadia, who we've previously met before in the prison. They're discussing on how they can go about this. They end up going to a tattoo parlor. He's at this tattoo parlor, and absolute chaos ensues. There's loads of pew-pews. And Victor, of all the characters, corners Taj, and then they have him within their grasp, and they're going to use him in their next stage of their plan.
Okay, so the grand plan is to use Taj Maroney to blackmail Salvatore and Nadia to get back the bliss. Because in episode 3, you find out that Nadia has stolen the entire supply of bliss. She's taken the scientists, she's taken everything. So they're in full control of the bliss. So once they get Taj, Oz rolls up to the prison. He then informs Salvatore and Nadia that he's got their son.
Ooh.
Salvatore kicks off, as you pretty much imagine, because he feels honor bound to protect his family, as any father would. They then speak in Italian, which Oz can't understand. He then informs them that if they don't give back the bliss, he's going to kill Taj, but he's okay and he's healthy. They then have an argument. He pretends to storm out, but it's all part of his plan because he's grinning as he leaves. He then proceeds to give a bun to one of the prison guards and say to him, make sure you take him out later. Not to dinner. I want him dead. That kind of thing.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah. So Salvatore will be dead by the morning, etc., etc.
This is probably one of the best scenes, I think, of the entire episode. I think this will make everybody's jaw drop. I feel like she definitely wants to take over the family name. She wants to make it her own.
She wants to take over the family business.
The family business, but
business.
On her terms.
On her terms.
She's going to change.
The family business.
She's going to change a few things. So she gets everybody around the table. She's got Johnny as a second-hand man, or right-hand man, should I say.
That's because he's given up the information, obviously, because we kind of skipped that part. She tortured him until he sung like a canary. But she hates Johnny because he admitted to her she was in the middle of torturing him that he actually loved her mother.
Ouch.
Like he had real feelings for her. She was going to run away with Johnny Vitti, but she ended up going back to Sophia's dad. And then, obviously...
That would have been a completely different story if that was the case.
Yeah, so she hates Johnny for inadvertently getting her mum killed because he probably found out that she was cheating, and then
So as she's round this table, she's discussing with all the henchmen and everybody that's going to be part of this new era of the family. She ends up shooting Johnny. Just stone cold, just no empathy. He's dead.
He was trying to take over again, though. He was
He
just trying to slot back into the role he had before, and she wasn't up for that.
No.
So she pew-pewed him in the side of the head.
You thought they were on good terms, and they definitely weren't.
So she then proceeds to give away all of Daddy Dearest's goodnies and monies. So she then pays everybody and says, if you want to be with me, I'll make sure you're well paid. I'll remember your name. You'll be part of the Gigantes.
Gigantes. I wonder why they went for Gigantes.
That's her mum's name.
Oh, it's her last name, yes.
Yeah, so they're no longer the Falcones are now dead. It's the Gigantes. Which is a terrible name. Falcones sound much better, but yeah, it's the Gigantes. So now that's all happened. We now get to the main meat of the episode, where Oz rolls up to the meeting place where he did the exchange for Taj for the Bliss.
This is where things get a little bit hairy.
Yeah. I think Oz is expecting a betrayal. I think he knows what's gonna happen. It all actually ends up going quite smooth. And then he pushes Taj towards his mum on the exchange. The mum, Nadia, then waves her hand, and then loads of the Maroney guys come out in the woodwork and start opening fire on Oz. Luckily, he's got his own guys waiting as well to jump out the truck, etc. That they brought the son in. And what Nadia didn't realise is that Oz had poured petrol or gas all over Taj. He set him on fire. Nadia tried to put him out, then set herself on fire, and then had barbecue bits on the floor. But what happened, the most important thing about the episode, though, is because of what Oz did, again, over-planning or overthinking, he sent off the fire suppression system, which then ended up damaging the mushrooms. So when they got to the point where they were going to upload it all or offload it, they then saw that the entire stock was damaged beyond repair and couldn't be replanted, etc., because the chemicals in the fire suppression system had completely taken out the entire crap.
So he's a little bit frustrated, to say the least. A little bit frustrated.
He then finds 2 little shrooms that he can then take with him and grow or do whatever he needs to do with it. While this is all happening, he then gets a call from Victor saying that he's been able to find his mum and meet up with her and make sure she's safe. He then gets another call, and it ends up being Salvatore. So Salvatore is now out in the world. He's got out because he actually ended up murdering the guard that tried to murder him. So he's out for blood. He now wants revenge with Oz. Oz then informs him that he's taken out his wife and son. Salvatore is obviously very upset. And then he puts down the phone on him, goes back to Victor and says, I need to get my mum to safety because I need to get Ma to safety because I'm a bit of an asshole.
So Victor, he decides on where to take the mum, and they go into like this little...
The east side.
East side, so they're very out the way. Nobody would ever imagine them to be there.
This is where Oz and Victor grew up, so you've now got a lot of crossover between both of them. They're becoming like very similar characters. They both grew up on the east side. They both come from nothing. They both lost family. They both want to be names. They both want to be respected. And you've got serious crossover of both Victor and or Oz and Victor. They then get set up in there. Oz then comes back, meets them there, says thanks to Victor for looking after his ma. He then realizes that he needs to find some way of distributing or a new base of operations because he's been completely exposed everywhere else. He then sees a Metro coin, the Gotham Metro, on the side, for it was one of his brother's items that his mum's kept. He then goes down to the old Metro station, which is under the east side, and then realizes that he can build an empire underground.
Ooh, we're going deeper underground.
And that's it. That's the episode. That's episode 5. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you for episode 6. Da 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 da. See you later. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you like the episode, please comment below. Bye bye.